Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend Dion from Dion Talk. How you doing, buddy?
Howdy, doing great. Normally I'm excited about a topic, but this one's probably going to keep me up at night.
Yeah, this one's gonna hurt. You know what? Maybe Matt the Lumberjack is actually doing it the right way. So what are we talking about here? Well, it is no question that both Dion and I have retired and become financially free on rentals. Rentals are housing. And I don't know if you guys saw the August housing numbers, but the epic housing crash has begun. And we are undoubtedly going to see housing crash videos for the next 6 months at least, because we're going into a housing depression without question. So I'm sitting here thinking, you know what, Dion, you and I are screwed. Housing crash has to hurt us. We may, we have a little bit of liquidity. Maybe we hang out for a little while, but I think you and I have to go get jobs. At least that's what a lot of people are going to be thinking. So housing crash, we have rentals. We must be in trouble, I think.
I've been told I have a good voice, so I think I'd make a good Walmart greeter.
Yeah, I think you would.
The thing that bothers me about this is we're going to give trolls so much ammunition. They've been saying for years, as we've talked about, it's always a good day to buy a great deal.
Sure.
And they're trying to find
I'll still
reasons,
do that today.
They're trying to find reasons to justify inaction. And they're saying, wait for the crash, wait for the correction, that we just want to prop up real estate because it would hurt our net worth if property prices went down. Thinking that if they do, we might have to go back to work. If there's a housing crash, that means that people are losing their houses. There are a bunch of forced sellers. There's a reason for the inventory to spike as much as it is, which means all of those people become renters.
Yeah.
That sounds like a time I'd want to own the rentals that I do. Because just like in 2009, 10, and 11, rents will go up. And then that extra income goes to the income snowball for buying properties on sale.
Yeah. So again, I understand the logic, and I'm already getting replies to basically I talked about the August data was worse than I expected. I own that. It's just what I do. But let's remember, we are not the normal housing always goes up, over leverage, Airbnb arbitrage. We are none of that. We are tried and true 30-year fixed rate debt, cash flow day one, only great deals, which means the highest yields in our market. The binder strategy to make sure we have happy tenants requesting rent increases. We do remodels the right way. What you and I have built over the last, call it decade, is to steal a children's story, I guess it is, The Three Little Pigs. We're sitting in a house of brick. So let's just talk about why it's a house of brick. So we own, call it 20 units. Just pick a number. All 20 units have 30-year fixed rate debt. So one of the things that people are already screaming at me, they're screaming, rates are going higher, you're screwed. I'm like, guys, do you not understand that all of my debt is sub 4% and fixed? Now that's housing and apartments and office. I spent a year refining all my debt sub 4. I'm good. I don't have to buy another property, and all the debt I have, my debt is below the rate of inflation. My debt will very likely be below the federal funds rate. I'm good. I don't know what you people get. Hoping for my demise because of interest rate goings up is just mean. It's just mean. Second, I have been doing this a long time. I have lived through and profited in a crash, which many of you are calling for, I believe, incorrectly, but let's see. Rents go up in a crash because, as Dion said, people lose housing. What you guys don't understand is I think we're heading into a boring flat market for 5 years, and rents are going to go up anyways. Well, how can that be? Well, the reason we're going to be in a flat market is because nobody is selling, and we have destroyed demand. Why have we destroyed demand? Because nobody can get a yes answer from a bank at 7%. So guess what they have to do? Rent. And guess what most governments are doing? They have turned against landlords. We have more and more older landlords selling rentals than buying them. We have lost supply in most cities. Guess what that does? Let me think. More demand, less supply. Rents go up. So if you follow what Dion and I talk about: 30-year fixed rate debt, highest yield possible for our markets, cash flow day one, happy renters asking for a rent increase with the binder strategy. It's hard to think we are going to be hurt. And then lastly, you and I have been very clear. We have dry powder on the sidelines because I would love my market to crash 75%. I don't see it. Could it happen? Sure. I hope it happens. I mean, let's put that out there. So I think about this and I think about the hate that comes my way. I'm like, you guys, you don't understand how this works if you're a professional and you set it all up. So that's what I'm thinking.
There's probably a lot of factors, but there's three main factors that let me sleep like a baby, even expecting a housing crash. And we've done a video before where a 25% housing crash doesn't even take us to where numbers were last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
First, I only invest in real estate. I don't have any crypto. I don't have any stocks. I have a little bit left in a retirement account. I need to empty out, put it into a rental. So I had to be ready for a pandemic, stock market crash, prolonged government shutdown, housing crash, recession, all of the things that could happen. So the three things that I've done is, first, I've invested in properties that have things that help limit tenant turnover. And those are, the things like washer dryer hookups in the units, 2 bedrooms in a garage or more for each unit, because more space equals more stuff.
Yep.
I like pet friendly. I look for fenced yards, things that help keep a person on the property so you don't have turnover.
Yeah.
Second, I made sure that I'm not investing in a 10-unit apartment complex as my first and only property. Instead, I would want 5 properties spread out 10 miles apart, so that I'm pulling tenants from different sources close to several economic drivers, like a base, a port, a college, a hospital. So there can be something like a recession, military still there, Section 8 still paying. So diversifying those tenants to have 1/3 military, 1/3 Section 8, 1/3 working or retired. A housing crash does not impact somebody who has fixed rate debt, who doesn't have all of their employees coming from the civilian sector of employment. So layoffs don't impact Section 8. Layoffs don't impact the military. Even a military reduction takes years to happen. The problem is the people who are thinking, I'm going to wait for a crash and then jump in. They forget that lenders are going to disappear. And I look forward to most of them being tenants.
I just love the way you just leave that. That's just, let that hang there for a minute. Oh, absolutely. The other thing I will tell you, having experienced this, is a lot of people talk a good game. Most of them will do nothing. Right. There are a lot of trolls, and I'm sure I'm going to see lots of them over the next couple of days, given the August disaster. They like to talk like they're going to do something, but they'll never do anything. All I've ever asked anybody to do is do the work. I hate sitting on your hands and waiting. I'm not telling anybody to buy anything. I'm saying get off your ass and do the work. Learn your market. For heaven's sakes, get a buy box. Look at a market every day. If the market's not good, don't buy. But I just hate I'm going to wait 6 months. I'm going to wait a year, because it takes 6 months to learn. This is a skill that we have. It's not easy. We make it look easy because we've been doing it every day for 20 years or 10 years in your case, or 12 or whatever it is. It looks easy today. The first 6 months, trust me, it was hard for us. I invested in a market where I knew no one and had never, ever been. That's hard. You got to go there a lot. We make it look easy today. It's not easy. Please focus, daily discipline, do the work. If you decide after doing the work that now's not the time, great. Don't decide before doing the work. That's not good, in my opinion.
I really like the video that the three amigos did on my channel about a week ago called "The Housing Crash Doesn't Matter."
Yeah, I like that one.
Even if it crashed 20%, right? Twice the greatest crash we've ever had in a 12-month period, more than twice. If you're paying rent for the next year, the crash is probably going to be caused by higher interest rates. You're missing cash flow. You're missing principal pay down. You're missing all of the tax benefits. Waiting isn't the answer if you can find a great deal.
Agreed.
You don't know if you can find a great deal unless you're doing the work every day to find out if the great deals are out there.
Yeah.
I'm still making offers. I made an offer yesterday.
Yeah.
That was so low I was embarrassed, but I'm still going to be
Perfect.
doing that. That's the goal. You should be
Yes.
embarrassed by how low your offer is.
Yeah. If they accept the first offer, I have a hint for you today. You're paying too much. Yeah. Dion, where can people find you? Because you are truly helping people.
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, and I do my live streams Tuesday afternoons, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Ciao.